There you go.
The former WCW World Heavyweight Champion Goldberg returned to WWE TV earlier last week on Raw and told Bobby Lashley that he was next. Lashley would promptly reject Goldberg's challenge, tweeting out, "No thanks, old man," which is a sentiment that I think wrestling fans everywhere would echo. But the current plan is to have these two face off at SummerSlam for the WWE Championship. Two-time Universal Champion will pick up his rivalry with Goldberg on the August 2nd episode of Raw when he is slated to show up at the Allstate Arena. When Goldberg does step into the ring at SummerSlam, it will be the first match he's had since he was defeated by then WWE Champion Drew McIntyre at the Royal Rumble back in January. It was also Goldberg's second and final contractually obligated match of 2021. The Hall of Famer is signed to the company through 2023 and is always scheduled to have 2 matches a year. He's like double the Santa Claus. He's twice a year, Goldberg, and he only comes twice a year, and he wins a belt every time. But look, Goldberg has been a thorn in the side of many contemporary wrestling fans for a while now. He ended the Fiend's run in 2020 with the belts, and then just gave it up to Braun Strowman, who was released after that. It just seems like everything he does, it's kind of useless, doesn't matter. But how does Goldberg keep getting these opportunities at the belt, Trevor? How does he do this?
It's one of those things that it's very interesting to me because of the fact that when you really sit back and look at Goldberg, like he gets criticized for being hard to work with. He gets criticized for not being one of the better wrestlers. Like he botches most moves when he's in the ring. And this is back when he was WCW. Like when he came to WWE, he wasn't that liked. They didn't like it. Like he talked about that on the Broken Scroll sessions with Austin. Like he wasn't very superstar, but he keeps getting work, and I get it. Like the novelty of seeing him in the ring with Brock was awesome. Like after all those years, it was great. Any nostalgic wrestling fan, old school wrestling fan, felt like goosebumps when they saw him after all those years. It was great, but just like everything, the novelty wears off, and that's what happened. The novelty wore off, and with Fiend having such a great year, having that title, you expected him to keep it more. But even let's go before that when he almost broke Undertaker's neck. It's just the novelty is gone. He's still Botchberg, Oldberg, whatever you want to call him, and it's not exciting anymore. It's not exciting to see him wrestle anymore.
You know what I want to know? Who outside of Saudi Arabia wants to see Goldberg wrestle at 55?
That's what I'm saying. Like it's not exciting anymore. It's just the novelty.
It's literally he signed this deal just for the Saudis. That's all it was. It was Saudi Arabia wanted him. WWE wanted to lock him down to secure the Saudi deal. That's what it was about. Let's not kid ourselves and act like it was about anything else. This guy, all respect to Goldberg. I'm watching WCW 1999. He is one of the best things about that show. I get it. He was over. 2003 Goldberg was great. He was over, but he can't work anymore. I'm sorry. Like
he could barely work back then. I'm not trying to be mean. It's the truth. He could barely work back then.
Bill Goldberg, the person, is amazing, great human being, does a lot for charity. Love the guy.
Right.
Goldberg, in the ring, is dangerous. You saw him with The Undertaker. It was dangerous. You saw him with The Fiend when he lifted him up for the jackhammer. It was dangerous. He almost dropped him on his neck. When he wrestled Braun Strowman, thank God that match only lasted 2 minutes. Otherwise, it could have been dangerous. He just can't do it. He can't do it anymore. And we shouldn't be afraid to say it. It's just not safe to have that dude wrestling people. And it's not safe for him to wrestle. I'm scared. I'm genuinely scared for Goldberg to be wrestling Bobby Lashley. I'm genuinely kind of scared to see that. Look, he's going to probably be fine, but if you're going to ask me, is this the right decision pairing Bobby Lashley at Goldberg for SummerSlam? No. Maybe there are those fans who are going to go out there and buy tickets to SummerSlam on the same night that there's a Pacquiao fight in town in Vegas. Maybe there are those fans who are going to do it for Goldberg. I'm not one of those fans. I don't think a lot of the hardcore wrestling fans are going to travel just to see Goldberg. I don't think Goldberg is honestly that big of an attraction,
No,
or not as big as WWE think, and especially not as big to have a WWE Championship match to take up this spot. You couldn't build up anyone for this. You have to have he's twice a year, Bill Goldberg. You had to have him come in and
right.
and take this spot. Yes, he is taking the spot. He's taking the spot, and it's bull.
Yeah, I'm sick and tired of him. I mean, it's just one of those things, like you said before. He's a nice guy. He does a lot for charity. He's a great family man. He's great with his family, his son, his wife, whatever. But other than that, man, he just needs to hang it up. He needs to admit to himself, like it's time to hang it up.
Taker did it. He
Yeah.
should too.
And Taker was still a better performer at his age than he is.
Yep. And Taker knew his limits. He knew what he couldn't do, what he could do. This dude, Goldberg, only has to do like 3 things in a match, and he can't even do one of those things. Like the jackhammer at this point that he does, it's dangerous. He can't lift these people up.
He barely lifted Drew McIntyre up for it.
He barely lifted Drew up. He almost dropped Bray Wyatt on his head. He literally dropped the Undertaker on his head. No, can't have that. Can't have that. Thanks for watching this video from Real Take Sports Talk. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. Also, remember to check out our live show every single Thursday at 8 p.m. right here on the YouTube channel. And remember, keep it real.